So you're sitting back and reading a good book or magazine and you think you're home alone. But are you? Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Jane Theory. Today we're discussing The Invisible Man. The Invisible Man is a Blumhouse production starring Elisabeth Moss, Oliver Jackson-Cohen, Aldis Hodge, and Storm Reid. The casting for this film is near perfect. In fact, what I find interesting is how each of the three adult leads is near identical to familiar characters they've portrayed in the past, almost as if directly grafted into this film from prior films. Blumhouse projects are notorious for operating on shoestring budgets, so this move might have been strategic, allowing the actors to become more familiar with their characters in a much shorter period of time. But intentional or not, the result is a much more believable portrayal. So what do I mean by that? Well, Elisabeth Moss's character Cecilia, for example, reminds you of her character Alfred in The Handmaid's Tale. Both women endure mental and physical abuse in a rigidly controlled environment, and both must operate intelligently and stealthily to escape. Oliver Jackson-Cohen's character Adrian is the same young millionaire narcissist that he was in Faster, just as deadly, and if I didn't know any better, I'd be sure this disgruntled ex was living in the exact same glass house. And then there's Aldis Hodge's character, James. He's ripped in many ways from his character Hardison on the TNT series Leverage. While not reprising his role as a hacker, he remains the witty, charming, and loyal friend. The chemistry between the characters is what you came for, and the film delivers, especially the dynamic between Cecilia and Adrian. As someone who's worked with survivors for years, I can tell you that this is probably one of the most realistic portrayals of emotional abuse and manipulation and isolation I've seen on screen in a while. It's for this reason that some have cautioned those who've suffered through this kind of abuse that if you would be triggered by something like this, you likely will be. And that really speaks to the remarkable quality of both the acting and the script. The anxiety and fear of the protagonist, her desperation, are palpable throughout this film. Every word spoken by the characters, every decision they make, has purpose and meaning affecting or foreshadowing various aspects of the plot, and all without excessive dialogue. In fact, the most frightening moments don't involve any words at all. In some instances, not even any action, which is classic horror, but also brings up criticism about the pacing. You see, some have complained that the film is too slow, or that it's too long. And, okay, maybe it is, but I also believe this was in some part intentional. This film takes firm hold of you from the very beginning, and it doesn't let go, no matter how desperate you and the main character are for it all to end. The problem I had is that it can at times feel a bit disjointed, and I think this is because each act is driven by Adrian's behavior. And we, the audience, simply don't know enough about him to explain some of what we see him do in the second and third acts of the film. While Cecilia's character is developed quite well, Adrian's simply is not, beyond the abusive husband trope. That said, what The Invisible Man does exceptionally well is everything else. I mean, it conveys the horror aspect of each scene with precision. The sound and set design, the framing and lighting, and the camera motion are all exquisite, as is the manner in which the characters interact with their environment and with one another. Combined with phenomenal acting, and you have your answer as to why this film is receiving so much well-earned, well-deserved praise. If you're a fan of The Invisible Man of the 30s and 40s, then you should know that this isn't the same film. However, it does leave you with the same feeling of dread and wonder, questioning just who is watching you. So yeah, this is definitely a film I would highly recommend, but let me know what you guys think. What's your favorite horror film? Do you think your smartphones and smart TVs are the invisible man in our daily lives? Drop your comments below. Thanks for watching. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you next week.